says a bridge can't be a shield? Try asking anyone that. Continuing the War for Cybertron Generations line, the Battle Masters return. This time, it seems the new molds convert into bridges to lock with modular figures. They can also be used as shields because they apparently needed to. This all started with SOUNDBARRIER, an Autobot, and that's all to his personality. Just a side note, the boxes for the Earthrise line all have a piece of a map, including the smaller figures which you can cut out and combine. In alt mode, surprisingly from what I said before, SOUNDBARRIER is some sort of ramp in transparent blue, with silver paint applications highlighting some of the details, including the one-way arrows. But I don't think in war anyone's gonna get upset when you drive the wrong way. The saying robots in disguise apparently doesn't mean much when you can hide like a kid under the bed sheets protecting himself from the monsters in the closet. The entire robot is underneath, the back just opens up with the limbs held in place. I know the movie Jetfire can be a mess of kibble in alt mode, but at least it does something. There's blast effect ports, 3 on top and 2 gunners on the front, which if you choose you can turn this into a rocket board. It's a good thing it comes with an explosion effect with a normal porthole and 5mm peg. I feel it's less exciting and too small compared to the others, but it can be used to show explosives being deflected, or maybe blowback if a weapon supports it. The figure can connect with modulars on 2 connection support joints, although all I have right now is grapple. This is referred to an adaptable interconnection retrofitter lock system, or airlock system for short. Seems kinda misleading. When I think of airlock, I think of those compatible LEGO space sets, not a chunk of space asphalt. Check this out on the very clearly seen disguised robot. You can flip down the peg in the chest and plug him to other figures as a shield. Looks a little awkward for some figures from how it's placed, but the fact this seems like an afterthought to cram this into the weapon gimmick already makes it seem awkward. I guess they needed to push the Battle Master gimmick, but why do this? Especially since they already work with larger figures to help connect the modulars, which the Micromasters seem to fit. Wait, remember when everyone was turning figures into bases? Well, using the port, you get a ramp to add. Brilliant! I guess it's alright if you want to bounce back blasts like some sort of sound barrier. Oh, now I understand! I like this as some sort of expansion pack. I love base figures as is, because they give you some room to work with some sort of environment. Unless you're using it for that, I don't see the shield as interesting, and I'm not sure what else you could do with it. Robot mode. SOUNDBARRIER is basically a random new character added for this modular gimmick, so a lot of people will look past him in favor of recognized characters. That doesn't mean this figure is bad, but either way it becomes overshadowed. Not sure how I feel about the color. It almost looks like 2 main colors are clashing against each other. Is that weird? I mean, it's just Ultra Magnus colors. Dark blue torso with red highlights, silver face, transparent Kite Man accessory, and white limbs. Is it weird I see some hints of other figures? The helmet of Megatron and the backpack of Universe Silverbolt? Yes. You could say that the conversion is just the back opening up and the limbs plugging in. Sure, you could call it lame and unimaginative. I'm not sure if you want some defense against that. Limbs are pretty much the same with the previous Battle Masters, ball joint arms and legs. Not sure why they couldn't give it knees. Yeah, the legs are hollow, but there's no reason for it. In fact, the head is made of transparent plastic painted over. An opportunity for light piping and you ruined it! Now there is something to watch out for. There's many reports of the ball joints breaking off. All of them use clear plastic, so be careful. I think it's mostly because they're hitting the backpack. I can't even move the hips forward. The hinge behind it won't allow the clearance. Peg chest, warpath relation confirmed. Also maybe Blue Bacchus? Comment to see if I care. He's got little blast ports on the backpack, but the included one seems to fit the one side because the hinge just gets in the way. And small portholes on the arms like the other humanoid Battle Masters, so weapons galore! This is the start of the new wave of Battle Masters, and out of the first 3 we've seen, this seems like the most basic figure, which is alright, but certainly lacks the creativity by comparison. I'm unsure if the colors blend, but I don't hate it. I don't think this figure is really bad, but I think it's because it's so basic. The one thing you certainly need to know is the issue with the joints, otherwise I've seen people have fun with this gimmick like when COG came out. So you might enjoy it. It's cheap as is, so it won't hurt your bank. Just what kids want! A piece of road.